bit of a rant and a story. We're going to put this in the a complete unknown category. This is not a breakdown of a scene or anything, just a little bit of a pet peeve that's driving me crazy. So throughout the whole lead up to the film, since the film has been released, I've heard all sorts of reasons why people don't want to see it. I'm not going to see it because Bob Dylan doesn't need a biopic and Timothy Chalamet is too young, whatever reasons that people want to share, fine. Don't go see it. My thing is, don't yuck other people's yums. But one of the ones I've heard over and over again is, well, why do we need a complete unknown? We already have the best biopic. I'm not there. Good movie. Really enjoyed it when it came out. I think it's mostly a very good film. Some stellar performances, notably by Cate Blanchett, and some other hits or misses, some other really great stuff and some other not so great stuff in there. Richard Gere stuff didn't quite work. Some other interesting moments in the film. Fantastic soundtrack. But what I'm struggling with is understanding why one needs to replace the other. Like, we should have more Bob Dylan biopics. Bring them all on, as many as possible. This is a person who any 4 years of their career you could pick out, and it could be a movie, a full movie. Timothy Chalamet has said that. James Mangold has said that. And, I'm Not There did something interesting and different, taking different aspects of Bob and presenting them in an artistic way. And that's great. We should have that. We should have documentaries of Bob Dylan. We should have biopics of Bob Dylan. We should have every actual Bob Dylan in film. All of it. It's all good. So I was at a Purim party last week. I was dressed as Bob Dylan, specifically Timothy Chalamet from The Last Scene, in the orange shirt and the black leather jacket. I put on a wig. That's why I shaved my beard. Sunglasses, harmonica rack, great costume, came off beautifully. And I was at someone's Purim party, and we were in line getting food, and someone I hadn't seen in a while said, "Oh, Henry, I really like your costume. Are you Bob Dylan?" I said, "Yes, very good, nice. Thank you for noting that." And then she was like, "Yeah, is it from A Complete Unknown?" I was like, "Yeah, nice." And she's like, "Did you see the movie?" I was like, "Yes, I did. I saw it 7 times." She's like, "What did you think of it?" I said, "I really enjoyed it. It was great." And I was just about to ask her what she thought of it. And very happily in a conversation, a polite conversation. And, didn't matter if she said she didn't like it or did like it. I was looking forward to the discourse. And this person, sort of out of nowhere, who I don't know, didn't introduce themselves, is wearing their own kind of costume, just interrupts the conversation and goes, "Well, I'm not going to see that movie because everyone knows that the best Bob Dylan biopic was I'm Not There and has made which makes The Complete Unknown completely superfluous," or it wasn't superfluous. It was some word meaning like unnecessary. It was like super, because then she defined the word and I already don't remember what it was. And I just looked at her and just said, "Okay." And I had that moment of what do you mean? But it's like, okay, you have your own opinion about that. That's fine. And again, I was struck with this moment of, why must we crap on other people's things in order to share our own opinions about things? I'm clearly dressed as Bob Dylan from that thing, talking about it with someone else. So clearly I like it. And I'm happy about it. It makes me happy. Why do you have to tell me that you don't think it should exist? And even if you do think that and want to tell me that, there is certainly a more appropriate way to do that. I've had many conversations with people who, for whatever reason, didn't like the film or didn't like that version of Bob. Just yesterday, we had someone over for lunch, and they were saying, God, he's such an asshole in the film. I just really didn't like him. I was like, that's an interesting way to think about it. That, I hadn't experienced Timothy Chalamet's performance of Bob in that way, but totally valid. And I was just like, why are we doing this? So then a couple days later, this article popped up. The headline is, "Cate Blanchett praises Timothy Chalamet's Bob Dylan portrayal in A Complete Unknown." And She was quoted in a new interview with NME Hollywood legend Blanchett, who previously played Bob Dylan in Todd Haynes' experimental 2007 biopic I'm Not There. So right there in the article it says experimental. Confirmed she had seen A Complete Unknown and said of Chalamet, "I thought he was fantastic. I really loved the whole film. A Complete Unknown is a very different endeavor to Todd Haynes' film, which was about shape-shifting identity and an artist's refusal to be pinned down." So yeah, that last part she's saying more about the film, but it's like, can we just stop now with the we don't need A Complete Unknown because we have I'm Not There? Like, it's okay if you don't want to see A Complete Unknown. I give you permission to not see it. But can we be done with the one has to replace the other, or one has to exist? If one exists, then the other can't. Cate Blanchett herself, who is on the cover of I'm Not There, she's making this pose for I'm Not There, and she's doing 66 Bob Dylan, 65 Bob Dylan, 66 Bob Dylan. And she has praised the film. She enjoyed the film. She has given it its blessing. So can we be done with this thing now? That's all I got. Thank you.